Welcome to the speaking portion of your IELTS exam. My name is Sardar and I will be your examiner for this part of the test. What is your full name?
Daniel Hashimov, but you can call me Daniel.
Thank you. In the first part of the exam, I'll ask you some personal questions. Let's talk about accommodation. Do you live in a house or a flat?
I live in a house. I lived there since 1999. Since my childhood.
What do you like about living there?
Because I live with my grandparents, my parents, my brothers, and all my childhood years were spent there.
Is there anything you would like to change about the place you live in?
I don't think so, because I'm not that kind of person that changes accommodation, because if I move to another country, I will change, but in Uzbekistan, no.
Now let's talk about sports. Do you play any sports?
Yes, I play football most of the time, and I go to the gym for the training, like 3 times a week.
Great. What is the most popular sport in your country?
Most popular sport, I think it's kurash. It's when 2 people are getting in the fight in the center of arena, and who wins.
So, do you think people do enough sport these days?
It's like big question. It's hard to answer because I have to get in the statistics to answer these questions. So basically, my opinion, like my subjective opinion, I think not all of the people, like maybe like one in 100 is enjoying sports, because as you can see, all Uzbeks have a big belly. That is why it's hard to answer this question. That I don't think so that all Uzbeks enjoy sports.
So now let's move on to talk about flowers. Have you ever given anybody flowers?
Yes, I've given to my wife before I get married, like 2 to 3 times. And then when I get married, so I constantly giving her flowers without any reason.
Great. Is it popular to give flowers to people in your country?
Yes, it's very popular, and on a very special occasions, like everybody giving flowers.
On what special occasions do people give flowers in your country?
Most of it, like in Teachers' Day, when teachers, students get their teachers flowers and congratulate them as Teachers' Day. Then it's 8th of March, the Women's Day, 14th of February, the Valentine's Day. In the New Year, some people maybe can get a flower for somebody else to congratulate. And as I told, there is like husband and wife. Between husband and wife, it's normal to give without any reason the flowers to make other person happy.
Great. So now I'm going to let's move on to the second part of your IELTS examination. Now I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. You understand?
Yes.
Here's a pen and paper for making notes. Here's your topic. Please do not write anything on here. I'd like you to describe a challenging thing you did. Let me set a timer. So time for preparation is over. Remember you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, and so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking? Hold on. Now please.
The most challenging thing I have done in my life, it's like maybe after the graduation of grade 9 and going in the academic life under Westminster International University in Tashkent. So this happened like in 2011 on August. There was an examination. So why it was challenging? Because I had to learn English like from elementary till advanced, like in 5 months or maybe less, 4 months, yeah. And also parallel, I have to study to the mathematics. There were 2 exams, math and English. So I handled this challenge like every day. I was in the tutoring sessions, like non-stop, and it was very challenging. And when I got in the exam, I was so nervous. So maybe I forgot about like 2 or 3 questions, and I was like very nervous. And then when the results got out, and the time before the results, like I was very nervous what was the results, and then when the results got out, like I was so relieved, my stress was relieved, and was oh God, thank you that I got in the license. Yeah, I think is it good?
Yes. So thank you. Can I have a paper and pen black, please? Thank you. Now we're going to move to the third part of your examination. We've been talking about the challenging thing you did. I'd like to discuss with you more general questions related to this. The first question is, what challenges do young people face today?
Young people mostly face, like when graduating school, they face first challenge getting in the universities. Like if you want to study in a really good university in the top 100, so this is a challenge for all the students that are getting in these universities. Like they'll have to not stop working. Second challenge is to study in such universities. It's really hard to study because like even the acceptance rate are low, and when you got in the university like Harvard or Yale or top 10 universities, so it's very hard to study there. So you have to study every day, because when you study every day, how do you call it? You can get kicked out of university if you don't study. So that's why. And third challenge in getting in work. Like after graduating the university, it's like I know most of people, most of students, graduated students, that can't find the work like 6 months to 1 year. Like they're going jobless. Then after 6 months they got in the like in a clerk position. They don't always get their specialty in the job.
So thank you. Well, how do you young people handle difficult or challenging tasks?
How they handle? By working hard. Like I think I don't know the exact answer to this, but I think young people had to work hard in their times, because if they don't work hard, they won't get anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's my answer, because I don't know the exact answer to this question. Because I handle myself by working hard.
Mm-hmm. So, which do you think is better, to face these difficulties and challenges alone, or to seek the help of others?
Can you repeat the question?
Which do you think is better, to face these difficulties and challenges alone, or to seek the help of others?
I think both of them useful. You can study alone when you get something from your tutor. Also, like getting help from your parents, like from your brothers, it's very important. Also, like if you go to tutor, and when you study alone, you just have to repeat what you learned, because if you don't repeat it, you'll forget it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so the final question is, do you think people need to be challenged?
Yes, I think people have to face challenges to grow. If they don't face challenges, they will not grow like mentally. They will stay in their position. As I told before, it will be harder to find good jobs for them.
Mm-hmm.
Challenges are very important in the life of a person.
Mm-hmm.
And like my advice to the young people, that to be not afraid to fail,
Mm-hmm.
because from their mistake they will learn. Mm-hmm. But they have to try. And doing nothing also, it's not a good job to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much. That is the end of your speaking test.
Thank you.